The pastor, Kevin Swanson, declared on his Generations radio program yesterday that parents have an obligation to take care of their children better than they are, shield them from the nefarious forces that are operating in public schools. Let's listen to this.
Agenda with your children. And friends, I realize that this may sound a little bit hyperbolic. It may sound a little bit of an exaggeration. I don't think it is, because I think if you begin to see the trajectory of where things have gone and you just draw it out for the next 5, 6, 8 years, you're going to find this is the agenda. The goals of the educational program for your kids in the public schools, the goals of the world for your children is that your kids be transgendered and communist by 20 years of age. You think I'm overstating the case, Steve?
Boy, I don't know. I mean, if you take out the line from where they start, several years ago, and you continue on to its logical end.
Draw that line out for the next 5, 8 years, friends. Of course, this is the agenda. Parents, just get serious about it. Do you want your kids transgendered and communist at 18 years of age? Is that your goal? If it isn't, then maybe you ought to bring a different vision into the education of your children.
How's yours going, Sam? Matt and I don't have kids yet, so we, are just wondering how's it coming in terms of, are you going to hit the goal, the age goal?
As a parent, you're constantly wondering if you're doing enough.
Right.
And then you're always like, at what age do I really start to lean into this, right?
Because there's going to have to be a point where you're literally like, here are the hormones. Like, we're doing this.
Yes, and here's the thing. I feel like Saul is a lot more, I can manipulate him more than I can Milo.
Right. He's taken to the Barbies very quickly.
He's taken, the transgender thing I feel like will take care of itself. It's the communism.
Yeah.
And I realize, after when you're on your second child, you realize you got to start earlier.
You do, and I think I would recommend. What about little
Saul,
Mao pictures?
Saul
he looks like kind of like a friendly uncle. He's got a
Chinese, like one of those classic Chinese communist outfits.
Right.
Now,
do you call him Uncle Mao?
Uncle Mao got pictures in his, and
I've actually heard that some kids really like Ho Chi Minh because of the goatee.
Mila is she loves to look at pictures from the killing fields.
Right. Well, that's a good sign.
She can't get enough.
That's a good sign.
And really,
does she have good glasses material about you and how Daddy would get wiped out?
That's right.
That's
it's
great.
very funny. And it's cute now, but the thing is, by the time when she's 15, she's only 11 now. By the time she's 15, I want her to mean it.
Yeah.
So I've got to get contact lenses.
Yeah. It can't be a joke anymore.
No. There is a really good middle school, or one that I really appreciate, with a great principal. I'm not kidding. Who apparently the DOE is claiming that she is engaging in communist activities at the school. I'm not kidding. I'm reading in the Post.
Wow.
The DOE initially refused to tell Bloomberg what she might have done wrong. She's filing lawsuit against the DOE. It's basically because she wants to maintain a high percentage of kids in her school, students, from a diverse background, racially and socioeconomically.
Huh.
So there's like
It's very
65% free lunch kids in that school, and she wants to keep it around that level so that there's actually like a diverse mix and it's an integrated school. And the DOE, I think, wants it to become more of like a whiter school, I think, because they need students from that District 15 and who live closer to the school. And so initially they refused to tell her what she might have done wrong. This is a claim in a federal lawsuit. but she told the assistant principal. But one of the investigators told the assistant principal they were looking into communist activities taking place at the school. It was the school I wanted Milo to go to.
I would imagine.
I did not win that battle.
And did the wealthier kids have to directly give the poorer kids money to pay for their hormone treatments?
I mean, I imagine
I would hope
it
so.
is.
And then there's struggle sessions.
I think
The families that have 2 cars, the kids get berated. I like that.
Oh yeah, no, but I also think that there's probably not a lot of 2-car families in Brooklyn. I would imagine.
I would hope not.
It gets very complicated.
The
though.
bigger the
And,
brownstone, the longer the re-education.
I would like to sit
That's
down
what
with
we
that
say.
pastor for a while and just ask him, what about transgenderism or communism just distinct from each other? Is it the combination? Is it the combination that's the problem?
That'd be great if he's like, oh, I can meet you halfway on that.
Well, I can meet you, yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you support free markets and no labor laws protecting children from getting, asbestos in their lungs, I could see people being transgender. And you know what, conversely, if you want a little bit of a worker cooperative here and there, but you don't have any friggin' transgenders running around, maybe I could negotiate. But when you combine them.
Well, no, but really the really difficult thing about this is that it just puts so much pressure on parents. Because if you have a transgendered kid who's transgendered but still buys into the capitalist system, you feel like I haven't done my job.
Imagine if you're
Well,
12.
Or if
Well,
you
I
just
mean,
have a
I'm
kid who's
sorry.
communist and they're not transgender, you're just like, I feel like I failed my child.
What if your 12-year-old's a neoliberal?
Well, you're obviously unfit to parent, but I just want to say, Sam, it's presumptuous to me is not a parent, but frankly, not to add pressure, but you have failed.
I mean,
If
I don't
you
know.
can't do the complete training, then what's the point?
I mean, I'm not, if you're not committed to giving your children, forcing your children on a hormone regimen,
If they aren't,
or taking them to the local communist Sunday breakfast, Sunday brunch, I don't know.
if they're not taking the hormones and cheering the Khmer Rouge while they watch the killing fields, you're not a good parent. You failed.
I felt. Hi, folks. It's Sam Seder. You know me from just a minute ago. Listen, we've had a problem on YouTube. Let me make a graphic visualization. Back in March, our revenue and the ads that were monetized was a lot, like here. And now, over the course of actually within a day into April, it's down to about here. Now, this is just a artist rendering, but that's basically it. We were here, and now we're here. That's because of some YouTube thing where advertisers were concerned on being on hate sites. And of course, we're a news organization that sometimes talks about hateful people, and we got caught up in their algorithm. I thought it would be fixed by now. It's not. We need your help to keep giving you free content on YouTube. We don't have the advertiser support that we had even back, here. So we're looking for your help. Go to our Patreon site, give a couple of bucks. Literally, you could give a couple, and it would be very helpful. Head over there. Here's the link right here or down there. It's somewhere around here. Find it and go help us out. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.